What's happening, everybody? It's a little different. We're doing a video in the afternoon. Check it out. Look at my new guitar. Beautiful Recluse build by Chuck Hanabarger. We're in a secret location here in Hendersonville. It's about as detailed as I'm going to give you. Look at this guitar. It's just wonderful. This is a dual output guitar. This is another dual output I've had made. So it features the electronics underneath the box and 2 pickups, guitar pickup, and another single coil pickup blade long way, so you get the bass tone. So I'm going to play it a little bit more for y'all, and I have a very awesome surprise, because as you can tell, this ain't my workspace. We're at Chuck's workspace, and we're going to talk to him live and in person, unlike some other videos we've done in the past where we've brought the builders on Facebook Live. This time we have him here in person. This isn't a hologram. So I'm going to play a little bit more, and we're going to get Chuck on camera and let him talk in detail about this guitar. And then one thing new that we can do is take a little bit around the shop, show you a few tools, and he's got a wall full of parts and different things like that. So let's just get back to the music. As you can see here, I've got, it's not a bass amp, so forgive me, that's what we're buying next, but it is a speaker with a giant size speaker to try to hold the bass ohms, as well as my sturdy Vox amp here that I travel with regularly. So we have the bass jack put to an octave pedal. That's a Behringer octave pedal. We've got the octave way down, and as much of it as we can, so we get a little bit more of a boomy tone on that lower string. You can hear that, and obviously we're not using a bass amp, so keep that in mind. But you hear that low frequency, and then you bring up the guitar, and then you hear the guitar frequency. But turn down the bass frequency real quick just so you can hear the guitar by itself. So that's the guitar by itself, but you bring in that bass and it just adds so much more nasty bottom low end. Bring Chuck on. Let's talk about this crazy thing and all the pieces and parts. Everybody, welcome Chuck Hanabarger.
Hey, y'all.
Right here live. This is not a digital version of him. This is real. So let's talk about a few things on this guitar. One, let's talk about the neck wood here. What kind of wood is this?
That is walnut.
Walnut.
Yep.
And then the fretboard on top.
It's a tiger maple fretboard.
And you can just see that just the way tiger maple, just that wood grain, just that natural beauty and color. And we've got a nice heel back here as well. And then is that plastic or bone?
No, that's bone.
That's bone.
Yep.
That's black cat bone. No, I'm just kidding. We got some great tuners. I like the black heads on them. They're trying to go with everything else.
Rubberized as well.
Yeah. So tell them about the pickup configuration, because obviously they don't see any pickups on the outside here.
Okay, well, a while back I was chatting with Travis on Facebook and was asking him about his guitars and stuff, and told him I was going to build him a guitar. And he said that the guitar that he would really like to have would be a guitar that would have a bass pickup in it and a regular humbucker pickup in it. So I conspired with Michael Breedlove from MGB Guitars, and we decided to use one of his $5 Make You Holler pickups and one of his mini box bucker pickups in there. So what I did on this, I cut slots in the neck, and I laid the $5 Make You Holler pickup right underneath this bass string right here. And then, actually it's back here a little bit, and then the humbucker is underneath as well. There's a little slot cut in the neck that slid right in there. So then all the parts on here, most of the parts on here are from MGB, Michael Breedlove, the knobs, the hardtail bridge, and these little parts here are just some accents that I like to add to my builds.
I like that, because the one on the
brings
back
them out a little bit.
The one on the back's got my initials, which is really cool. It's got a TB, so it's the tuberculosis. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
You got to get your shots,
kidding.
man.
Yeah. So I mean, it is cool. I like how he put the pickups underneath, because it didn't really take away from this artwork, which, as you can tell, is like two skulls kind of fused together with a bunch of legs to make this this spider, hence the recluse. We have this awesome little detail here underneath the 4 knobs, which is tone and volume for the humbucker here, as well as tone and volume for the $5 Make You Holler for the bass line there. So yeah, I mean, really a rad guitar. I mean, I've never. Hey John, what's happening? We got Johnny G's.
I see him. Hey John.
So really a rad guitar, and really nice profile. Feels great. Actually, the reason I fell in love with Chuck's guitars, he had sent one out to the NAMM show. We were out there talking about the Lace matchbook pickup, and he had a guitar. I could show it, but it's in the van already. But he had built just a wonderfully beautiful, great playing guitar that he had sent out to the show, and we became friends, realizing he's only 36 minutes away from my house. So he was nice enough to put something together for me. And one thing I really liked about his guitar was just the neck. I really liked the neck. You know, some people might round them, but I like this. I like the other one, and I like the headstock, the little paddle.
Right.
You know, it's like, reminds me of some of the like old Gibsons I had with that kind of paddly headstock. So I love that.
I might want to add that I radius the fretboard as well.
Yes, I do want it. Let's see. I wonder. He has some pictures on his Facebook page. I don't know if this is really, probably won't do it any justice on the radius of the fretboard, but you do have pictures on your Facebook.
Yeah.
And I've tagged him. You can go to the bottom of the links on this post, and one of those is for Chuck's Facebook page, as well as his name's tagged in here, so you can go look through his pictures and kind of see how he put all this together. So really nice dot inlays too. They're really nice. Definitely more high dollar than my coat hangers. So
I seen that. That's a good idea, though.
Well, you know, it's just always try to find some other things to use for something else. So really good weight. It's got these nice little metal brackets on the corners that kind of help beating it up a little bit. I'm pretty rough on it.
I guess he's kind of rough on his equipment,
yeah.
So we beefed it up a little bit.
The shop a little bit. Sure. I usually keep these about 30 minutes, so hopefully we got plenty to talk about in that amount of time. So obviously we'll start out in the most important spot, is the workbench. Flip this around. We got nice red carpet here. I mean, this is what if you're going to really do some work, you got to have some space. And as you can see, Chuck has a lot of wonderful space. We have some boxes over here. And then I believe he said he has even more over here, which he does. I like those brick house. Some of my favorite boxes. I don't know if it's because of how they look or because they say brick house and she's mighty mighty. I'm not sure. So let's see. We'll get over here to some of the wall of parts. He's got some knobs there, tuners, more tuners. Get over here to some pickups and some pots. And let me ask you something. What got you into this? What's your history behind your cigar box guitar making?
Well, actually, my dad played guitar, okay, and he played by ear. He was really good at it. I got 2 boys that play guitar and write their own music and play multiple instruments actually, and they're really good at it. But I can make chords with this hand.
Yeah.
This hand there's something wrong with.
Yeah.
So I figured there had to be something that I could do, you know, living down here close to Nashville and stuff, that I could do musically. And there's a little coffee shop over in Millersville called Authentic Coffee Company. And I don't know if any of you know who Leroy Troy is, but he's a member of the Tennessee Mafia Jug Band. And he had built a little bass out of a bucket. And I asked the owner of that company if I could take that home and copy that. And I actually brought it home and I copied and I made 2 of them. And that's how I really got started. And I started seeing these Cigar Box Guitars on Facebook and got really interested in it. And naturally the first couple were pretty rough. And I've been doing it for a couple years now. I average maybe 1 a month. I take my time doing them, and I really enjoy doing it. I think the most fun I have with these things is building the neck, you know, and that's next to giving a guitar to somebody, selling a guitar to somebody, or, you know, that's where I can't play them, and it's just warms my heart to see somebody else play something that I made.
You should, why don't you run and grab that bass real quick?
Sure.
And I'll show him around some more of the boxes and stuff, and I want him to see that bass. We should have already had it out, because I think some of these guys will get a kick out of that thing. Okay. So he's gonna run and get one of his first builds. I actually checked it out earlier, and it's a really interesting 2-string bass. But while he grabs that, I'm gonna just go ahead and do a little bit more close-up of the new guitar. The new dual output, twin output Chuck Hanabarger guitar, 3-string on this beautiful black recluse box. We have some extra little sexy detail. We have output for a single pickup for the bass tone, and humbucker pickup for the overall guitar tone, with obviously a tone and volume for the guitar portion and a tone and volume for the bass portion. So, all right, let's flip back around here, because Chuck's back and he's got this bass here. Now, this is your first one or your second one?
No, this is the first one.
This is his first guitar, this bass. Now, I just think this is extremely awesome and outrageous, just because all you do is you stick a mic back here and you're golden. We got, what is that, some weed eater string?
Weed eater string.
Man, this is professional right here.
Adjustable eye bolts.
Yeah, old school. But you did do very classy with the bridge. Yeah, that's pretty
to show
nice.
You how much I knew about this is, you know, I thought these were originally just attached right to the instrument, but they're not.
Yeah,
they float.
Yeah. So you can see what this really wild 2-string bass, which honestly, I hope my bass player sees this video right here. Yeah, this is cool. And then let's get in the back. We have a nice little parrot right here. He doesn't talk, so you're all right. No. You can see how he's made that there. That's really cool, and I love how you put the brake angle on it, and you know, it's good.
This is this neck is made out of a headboard off of a bed.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
So, and this is, you know, this was all sculpted by hand.
Yeah.
I have a lot of arthritis and stuff, and I really appreciate what a lot of these guys like John do, and yourself, that build these things by hand and use these files and stuff.
The thing about John, man, I told him about the first time I met him, we started really hanging out, I said, no, man, I ain't gonna be rasping these necks forever. I'm getting me a belt sander. Right. Because I watch him and he's just hacking away at these necks for hours.
He does
I'm
a
like,
great job too.
He does a wonderful job, but I'm thinking, man, John, we could have like 10 necks done in the time of one.
Right.
You know, but that's people's style. You know, there's people who are I like all sorts of builds. You know, I like the Neanderthal aspect of some builds, as well as when you get up to other builds like yours, and even John does a good job mixing the two. You know, there's hip parts in there, and there's still that Neanderthal artsy kind of value. And he's really,
you know, and then with the arthritis and stuff, I thought, you know what, I'm getting older. I invested in a few tools, and it sure makes it a lot easier.
Yeah, I mean, you got all sorts of tools. I mean, I got like 3 power tools. I walk in here and the old Yankee workshop or something here, man. So just give you a little bit of sight. He's actually got 2 workbenches, so he's got it covered both ways.
This workbench I actually got from Shelly Farrell of Nashville Fretworks.
Yeah.
So
this is a really nice bench. And then there's his practice amp there.
Yeah.
And look at this cute little thing right here. It's a little. So, like I said, just wanted to do a quick video with Chuck because, you know, we became friends real fast, and you know, these people who build these instruments, you know, they take a lot of time to build these things for me, and I want to make sure that they obviously get the credit and things. That's why I started doing these videos. It's one thing to take the instrument out and play it and educate those people that you see randomly at the gigs, but it's more importantly to educate the friends that I've had for such a long time. It's saying trying to connect. There we go. You know, to introduce them to all these people and everybody's different ideas and their process, and you can tell this is our 4th video installment and how different these instruments are compared to, you know, other people's minds and other people's instruments, all about how those people are. So I think we've got a lot of the detail out. I may play a little bit more and then we can wrap. I don't like to keep these too long because when I go and edit and have to upload it to YouTube and put just, you know, I like to put some of the names in there and all that jazz. So we'll play a little bit more here. All this work for a 30-minute video, Chuck.
That's all right. Well,
so, and again, people, please understand that, as I said earlier in the video, this is not a bass amp. This is not a subwoofer. It is just a regular vocal PA speaker that has a 15-inch speaker in it, and you know, the ohms aren't correct, but the speaker size is correct for that low frequency. So if there's something that sounds like it's a little bit of a fade, it's just that this speaker is not able to handle the ohms, is what's going on there. So please keep that in mind.
And don't forget about disco light.
And a disco light on here, in case you. We're about to whip out the bell bottoms, ladies and gentlemen. Obviously, I can take it to A, E, A as well. I usually do that when I go, if I want to go to A. So. That's it. New guitar day. It's a tough life. It's a tough life to have to go around just playing guitars all the time, ladies and gentlemen. Just kidding. But please check out Chuck Hanabarger on Facebook. I have tagged him in here. I don't believe you don't have a page for the guitars, right?
No, I don't.
All right. Well, I tagged your name as well as I copied the link to your profile and put it in the video. And I just want to do one more quick little layout of this thing. Oh, one thing we did fail to mention that is a wonderful detail is this is actually a reinforced neck, believe it or not. Now this is going to blow your mind for some of you all who are cigar box builders out there. And the first thing, you know, a lot of people question is the tension on the neck. Well, if you use the right wood, and you're only putting 3 strings on it, but what Chuck has done here is he uses this acrylic, I guess an acrylic rod, and he puts a channel into the neck underneath the fretboard, and he mounts this acrylic rod in here so you have some extra strength. And he may have an example. Got him dropping all his stuff. So here's a good example. This would be the neck without the fretboard. You can see he's routed out a pocket, and he's laid this acrylic piece of plastic in there to give that extra tension, like a truss rod. And we forgot to mention that, and I thought about it just when I was doing a little overlay. So this is a reinforced neck, and it shouldn't have any bowing problems ever in reality. I mean, good strong wood. And just get this close up one more time and we'll cut this off. Check out that. You know, between you and Rusty, I think y'all must be thinking. And don't forget, a lot of these parts and pieces were supplied by MGB. Haven't had the pleasure of meeting Michael, but I'm thankful that he supplied the parts to Chuck for this guitar. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
That's it, man.
And I can't wait to play it out. I'll probably take it to my gig tomorrow at Wildside Winery in Lexington. Oh, one thing I was going to say, between this one and the one Rusty made me, you almost think I have some kind of mental issues or I'm sinister, because this one's got the recluse with these badass, excuse my language, skulls of spiders, and then his is all red and black with that devilish looking guy on there. So yeah, I appreciate y'all listening. Yeah, I do wear black all the time. I appreciate y'all listening and your support. And make sure you check out Chuck, check out Travis Bowlin on Facebook, travisbowlin.com.